In a quaint little village, nestled between rolling hills and a dense forest, there lived a small, fluffy cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was no ordinary cat. She was known throughout the village for her playful antics, her soft purrs, and her uncanny ability to sense danger. The villagers adored her, and she, in turn, loved exploring every nook and cranny of the village, from the cobblestone streets to the cozy cottages. One sunny morning, Whiskers was wandering near the edge of the forest when she noticed something unusual. A strange, acrid smell filled the air, and the birds in the trees were unusually quiet. Whiskers' sharp instincts kicked in, and she began to investigate. As she ventured deeper into the forest, she saw thin wisps of smoke rising from the ground. A small fire had started, likely from a lightning strike the previous night, and it was slowly spreading toward the village. Whiskers knew she had to act quickly. She darted back to the village, her tiny paws racing across the fields. She meowed loudly, trying to alert the villagers, but they were busy with their daily chores and didn't notice her frantic cries. Desperate, Whiskers ran to the village square, where the children were playing. She jumped onto the old stone fountain and let out a series of loud, urgent meows. One of the children, a little girl named Lily, noticed Whiskers' unusual behavior. "Look at Whiskers! She's trying to tell us something!" Lily exclaimed. The other children gathered around, and soon the adults began to take notice. Whiskers leaped down from the fountain and ran toward the forest, stopping occasionally to make sure the villagers were following. When they reached the edge of the forest, the villagers gasped. The fire had grown larger, and the wind was blowing it dangerously close to their homes. Without hesitation, the villagers sprang into action. They formed a bucket brigade, passing water from the nearby stream to douse the flames. Others used shovels and blankets to smother the fire. Whiskers stayed nearby, watching anxiously as the villagers worked tirelessly to save their homes. Hours passed, and finally, the fire was under control. The villagers cheered, relieved that their homes and livelihoods had been spared. But as they celebrated, Lily noticed something heartbreaking. Whiskers was lying on the ground, her fur singed and her breathing shallow. In her rush to alert the villagers, Whiskers had inhaled too much smoke and had been injured by the flames. Lily gently picked up Whiskers and cradled her in her arms. The villagers gathered around, their hearts heavy with sorrow. Whiskers looked up at them with her bright green eyes, purring softly one last time before she closed her eyes forever. The village mourned the loss of their beloved cat, but they also celebrated her bravery. Whiskers had given her life to save them, and they would never forget her heroism. They built a small memorial in the village square, with a statue of Whiskers perched proudly on top. Every year, on the anniversary of the fire, the villagers held a festival in her honor, sharing stories of her playful spirit and her courageous heart. Whiskers may have been just a small cat, but her actions had a profound impact on the village. She taught them the importance of vigilance, bravery, and selflessness, and though she was gone, her memory lived on in the hearts of everyone who knew her. Moral of the story: Whiskers' story reminds us that heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Even the smallest among us can make a big difference when we act with courage and love. Whiskers' sacrifice saved an entire village, proving that true bravery is not about strength or size, but about the willingness to protect others, no matter the cost.